Good morning. I'm Julien Phillips. Changemaking has been central to my life, at least since I was a community organizer in the early days of the Peace Corps. One of the most memorable experiences of my changemaking life occurred when I served on the board of the Pacific School of Religion. PSR was facing major challenges. It had changed a whole lot less in the last 50 years than the society around it. The board asked me to chair a commission on strategic direction. President assigned Reverend Kathy McShane, then PSR's vice president, to provide full-time staff leadership for the effort. With Kathy's thoughtful and inspiring leadership, the school committed to focus on the formation of spiritually rooted, theologically informed changemakers for social transformation. Over time, this focus, along with a number of related changes, has led PSR onto a new and much more promising path for its future. Time passed, and Reverend Kathy became senior pastor here at LAUMC. She brought along her conviction that being a Christian in the 21st century means being a compassion-driven change maker in the way of Jesus. You know better than I how this seed has flourished at LAUMC. When the church opened its second cohort of change makers to people from other faith communities, I responded immediately. I hoped that the experience would deepen the spiritual insights that inform my own change making, and indeed it did. Do you remember the old Quaker greeting? The spirit in me greets the spirit in thee. Powerful change making arises from spiritual connection between people, a shared sense of the spirit calling them to common cause. This spiritual connection also encourages a sense of possibility, mutual trust, and shared pleasure in working together. My experience in the fellowship amply reinforced this insight about the importance of spiritual connection to effective and worthwhile change making. I've been the leader of a team to build a Latinx congregation within our larger church. As I've gotten to know the growing number of participants, many of them house cleaners or gardeners or caregivers, I've realized how precarious their financial circumstances are, especially during the pandemic. With a small team drawn together by our common spiritual connection, I'm exploring the creation of CCSM Job Match to connect some of our Latinx members who are skilled domestic workers with more affluent members of the congregation who need some kind of help. A pilot survey of 24 members turned up a half dozen jobs, encouraging us to lay the groundwork for a congregation-wide job match service. Longer term, we imagine the possibility that CCSM Job Match will also help teenagers in the church to find babysitting, tutoring, and other jobs, as well as to help adult freelancers beyond domestic workers to find assignments. We want to ensure, finally, that relationships established through CCSM Job Match are fair, friendly, and egalitarian. So in parallel and in consultation with both domestic workers and employers, we're developing a guide for domestic work with dignity.